Hello, thanks for stopping by my channel. So this video is going to be about how I spent New Year's Eve 2024 ringing in the new year in Salt Lake City, Utah. So why would I want to fly in from Sacramento and spend my New Year's Eve in Salt Lake City? Well, this flyer came across my Instagram a couple months before. Now, Visigoth is one of my favorite bands within the last 10 years. Midnight and Night Demon, also excellent bands. And just the whole idea of seeing all three of these bands on New Year's Eve, ringing in the new year, sounded like a cool idea. So I had to figure out if I could actually afford to do this trip. So I looked at my Southwest points, bingo, got just enough to get a round trip flight going. And then I took a look, and I had a couple free stays with Hilton, so I was able to book the DoubleTree. So I saved on both the flight and the hotel. So I basically just had to get the show tickets. So I got my travel all booked, got the show ticket, and then on Sunday, December 31st, 2023, I jumped on a plane and headed to Salt Lake City, Utah. So I was told all these weird stories like, hey man, when you get there on Sunday, you're not going to be able to get any beer because they can't serve any liquor on Sundays. I was like, all right, I'll find out when I get there. And somebody else I know was like, hey, do you have a sponsor? You have to have a sponsor in order to buy alcohol when you get there. And I was like, no, dude, I don't have a sponsor. I'll figure it out when I get there. So luckily, when I got to Utah, things were a lot different. Now, I've never been in Salt Lake itself. I've been down in southern Utah plenty, down by Arches, places like that. But this is my first time in Salt Lake. So I landed, got my room at the DoubleTree, and then headed over to Level Crossing Brewery. Alright, so I got into Level Crossing Brewery. They card you right when you come in the door. Inside's pretty much got like a restaurant feel with the bar. And what I've noticed is that if it comes out of a tap, I guess it's got to be under 5%. And then anything else has to be poured out of a can. I guess that's just the general rule of how things work. But it was Sunday. I was able to get a beer. Shocker, right? So next I walked over to DBulldoze Brewery. It's not too far away from the other one. So I showed up there, walked in, another really cool place. Big giant bar, all the beer making machinery in the back. Grabbed a I Love Juicy IPA, hazy, delicious. I ordered up a jalapeno brat. Came out with these like steak fries, but they were really thinly cut. Food was freaking delicious. Lady in there was super nice, super helpful. Gave me some other places to go. Alright, so next was Keto's Brewery. Anybody who knows me, wherever I go, whatever city I'm in, I try to find out the pinball locations. So this one has a very large collection of stirring games, as well as a few old ones as well. More excellent beers and stuff to choose from. Again, another good variety. Great flavored beers. Also got a few plays in on the Foo Fighters game finally. It's fun, it's cool. I'm not a Foo Fighters fan. I know a lot of people are. Just not my kind of theme. Alright, next I headed over to R&R Barbecue for some dinner. I don't think Salt Lake City is pretty much known for its barbecue, but this place is delicious. The chicken had a spice to it. The fried pickles were amazing. I definitely recommend this spot for dinner. Then I headed over to Red Rock Brewing. Their Elefino is really, really good. I recommend that. And now it was on to the club for the show. So Ace's High Saloon is probably one of the coolest bars I've been to in a really, really long time. It's got a whole metal atmosphere inside. There's a big giant Screaming for Vengeance mural painted on the wall. Metal flyers and flags everywhere. Bar staff super cool. Guys at the door are awesome. Even though the show was sold out, the bartenders were working round the clock, getting everybody their drinks, and everybody was having a real good time. They do serve food there as well. I was standing at the end of the bar. I kept seeing plates come out. Everything looked really delicious. So if you're hungry, bring your appetite there as well. I had that barbecue earlier in the evening, so I was still stuffed. Alright, so first up was Night Demon. Despite the way that the lineup, the way it looked on that, Night Demon did open up the night and Visigoth headline, which I thought was really cool, being that they are the hometown band. So Night Demon kicked it off, started out an excellent set, and we were off and running. Alright, so the sound inside the club sounded amazing. Backdrop was super cool. They played their hits Outsider, Curse of the Damned, Drink from the Chalice, and a bunch of other ones. What a great set. And next up was Midnight from Cleveland, Ohio. So they brought their hooded, thrashy, menacing metal down to Salt Lake City and did not disappoint. Now, I did not get any footage of them. I was just too busy enjoying the show. But I will show a clip right here of when I saw them back in October when they opened for Danzig, actually, in Vegas. So check this out. And I believe the quote of the night was when Athenar started calling it Slit Lick City. Nice. And now up is Visigoth, our conquering local heroes, bringing their metal to the stage.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go fuck yourself, 2023, you piece of shit. We're moving on to 2024.
So we did ended up bringing in the new year, a few songs into Visigoth's set. That was pretty special, really incredible. 2024 shaping up to be a really good year so far, especially for metal in my book. I've already been to a few festivals and have a few more to come. So this was a great kickoff to the new year, for sure. One place I did miss to go to was the heavy metal shop in Salt Lake City. I had completely forgotten that that place was there till I got home, looked around, and I realized, damn, I didn't even go to that place. So hopefully next time I'm in Salt Lake City, I'll hit that up. I definitely won't forget next time. All right, so the next day, time to go home. Headed to the airport. Red Rock Brewery does have a brewery inside Salt Lake City Airport. So I did have a couple more El Finos before I got on the plane and headed back. Now I did talk to Jameson from Visigoth out in Dallas, Texas, when Bloodstar played out there. And he had kind of mentioned that they might be thinking about doing that as a yearly thing, having a show there New Year's Eve in Salt Lake. So let's hope so. Anyways, thanks for watching. Stay metal.